so proudly we hailed, and the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets trembling, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land under the free, and the home of the brave. Because we are the brave. Yes, we are the brave. We'll fight here in the name of the brave. We are the US of A. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save. This land of the brave, the US of A. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, and the home of
What's going on, ladies and gents? Hey, how are you? Repeat back with you. Stratus already out there in chat saying howdy, Pete. And this is the Shake and Bake iRacing Cup Series tonight, live from Nashville Super Speedway. It's a 1.3 mile track that wants to be called a super speedway. Always has wanted to be called a super speedway. One of the oldest tracks out there. And tonight's going to have 40 plus guys. I believe it's 40 plus. I know I was very, very close to about 40 when everything started to kick off. Definitely hope that everybody is ready for another fantastic race. Give me 1 second. Just got to fix something right quick. And then, yeah, we will we'll catch up with these guys as they get into their qualifying, and then fire it back off one more time. Excuse me, just one moment. A little bit of technical difficulty, and still gonna give me that give me an error. Excuse me, just a moment, please. Pretty please with cherries and everything else on top. We'll go ahead and get this fixed up. 1 second. It was all fine through practice. Of course, you know, if it wasn't for no luck, sometimes people say they have no luck at all. Well, I am part of it. Justin Mont saying running back with the Orioles scheme. We saw that last week for Justin. Looks like he's going to go ahead and bring it on back out yet again. Good to see Justin out there, though, in his gamer advantage number 41, as always. Just give me 1 second here, guys and gals. Thank you, Justin. Absolutely appreciate you, buddy. I was actually talking about the scheme that you ran last year. First, I believe it was a birthday scheme for your son, and then it was an autism scheme that you did not too far after that. So, yeah, I was talking about that last week. All right, let's see here. In the meantime, let's go ahead and, while I'm working on these graphics, let me go ahead and catch up with some of these guys. How about Francis Hamilton in his number 48 Tigers machine, as he's getting going. Michael Loudenslager, guy that has absolutely shown a lot of nope, that's the wrong one. Okay, give me 1 second. Definitely shown a lot of speed since joining Shake and Bake. A lot of speed, actually. Not found. Interesting. All right, so let me keep on going here. How about Ryan Crooks a little bit further in the back in his number 25 Zin machine? Justin says time to queue. So let's how about we pick up, if we can, with Justin right quick. There he is. Again, his number 41 Gamer Advantage Orioles card. He comes across the start stripe. This will be his first lap. And on his first lap, he's going to post a P11. All right, let's try this. Sorry about this. Give me one moment, please. Let's try this again. Justin Martin's going to finish P8 right there. All right, now it should be time for their 10-minute warm-up session. So while that's going on, we're going to try to go ahead and get all this fixed up. Not quite sure if y'all can see in the chat. I'm getting an error message on top of the screen that says not found, which is an issue between the broadcast software. I'm sorry, the screen ticker and the scoring pylon, the track map, and all the graphics. For some reason, I'm getting an error with all that, but I can, the stream itself is fine. There's no issue with the stream. It's not going to crash or anything like that. But for some reason, the actual what's called SDK, or the iRacing live timing software, is not running properly. Let me see if I can actually show you what practice looked like. See if that will actually show for me. No, it's not going to. All right, so let's try this again. Very, very odd. Very, very odd. BK Doug says, hello, Repeat. How are you tonight, sir? BK, I'm all right. Just trying to get a bug that decided to pop up right as qualifying was getting ready to start. But other than that, it was perfectly fine. Just give me one moment. Right now, Jimmy Cocker is showing to be the fastest man in Nashville in his number 31. Let's actually see if I can show you Jimmy right quick. It looks like he's going to stay with his Baltimore scheme as well, right behind the 44. That's going to be Rivers Jones right in front of him. See a couple coming all the way down on the bottom, and I'm going to try to reload this yet one more time. There we go. Alrighty then. All right, let's get everything back up to as we want it. Now that we got our overlays back. We love them when they work and we hate them when they don't, but we're thankful when they do, right? So there we go. So we got 6 minutes left of the warm-up. Now let's see, for all those that just joined, let me make sure that that's saying Sonoma, so we need that to say Nashville. There we go. Switch that on over. Biggie Doug out there saying, let's go Honeycutt. Right now, Honeycutt is showing a little bit further in the back. Right now, sitting about P15 in his number 50 team at, number 50 50 Team FTR Camaro. Again, right behind the 44. Again, the 44 is going to be Rivers Jones, one of the guys that recently joined Shake and Bake on Monday nights here, and done pretty well. Now, him and Loudenslager and a couple others, they're not going to be eligible for the postseason, which, oh, by the way, there's only 8 more races to go before we get to the first round of the playoffs. I brought the rest of the schedule up a little bit ago, and I'll actually go ahead and bring it up for you one more time, show you exactly where it is we stand in this schedule. Again, we got Nashville here, June 19th. 135 laps are on tap. Next week we go to Atlanta, so we're going back kind of super speedway racing. And then New Hampshire, the very, very flat track where Denny Hamlin shied away from the Lobster Award or Lobster Trophy he was given at the end of the race long time ago. Then we're going to go to the Tricky Triangle, Pocono, on July 17th, followed by Richmond just a week later on July 24th. July 31st is going to be Michigan, Indy, and then Watkins Glen, followed by Daytona. So we started the season at Daytona. We're going to end the regular season at Daytona on August the 21st for 72 laps. First round of the playoffs going to be Darlington, Kansas, and Bristol. The second round, Texas, Dega, and the Charlotte Roval. That's going to be a lot of fun. The round of 8 is going to consist of Las Vegas, Homestead, and then Martinsville. And then we're going to race for a championship for season number 2 on November the 6th for 140 laps. That's going to be one great race. I cannot wait. The rest of the season is going to be a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun in the beginning, a lot of fun here in the middle. It's going to be a great ending as well. So let's go ahead and remove the schedule. And so far, it looks like the 68 of Tom Harmon, the guy that we're with right now, and his Avril Lavigne Camaro, he's at the top of the boards with a 29.72. Mike Loudenslager right behind, 29.78. I'll actually go ahead and show you what their best time was. Actually, that's already up. So yeah, there you go. 29.71, 29.78, 29.79, 29.79, 29.81. Look at these times. Talk about being very, very close. I was actually talking to Mike Papa Bear Campbell a little bit ago, and he was back in 27th place, I want to say, before everything kicked off for practice number 1, and he was only 4/10 off the leader. So that goes to show what kind of and how competitive the times are like here at Nashville Super Speedway. Let's check in with the double deuce of Nate Mon in his Sun Drop machine. Right now running P5, so not too bad for Mon. I know Mon's always got at least 1 or 2 people out there that keep up and pull for him. I'm a fan as well. Always like to see him do well. Just a little over a minute and a half to go. There you see the 8 car of Tom Flitcroft as the double deuce went flying on by. Tom Flitcroft right now, he's back here in this old Darrell Waltrip throwback that Dale Jr. ran a while back, sitting in 22nd. Tom sent out a tweet earlier while in a kayak, saying that he was looking forward to the race here from Nashville. He said he's going to win the race. He said, okay, well, maybe not really, but he was looking forward to going back and watching the stream, and definitely appreciate everything that Tom, and it's always fun to see when families come out to root on those they know in the race, whether it's family, friend, or whatever. And Tom Flitcroft's family always out there in droves. Always great to see them. All right, so less than a minute to go, 40 seconds to go. Still the 68 on top of the boards. How about the 5, though, of Brendan Book, as he's going to go ahead and practice a stop down pit road. You see the 07 right in front of him. Michael Loudenslager, he's out here on this very, very clean-looking number 26. And yes, that is a 26, no longer a 91 or anything. The admins here in Shake and Bake able to correct a couple things. And now we're talking about the right number. And I'm absolutely loving this number 26 monster scheme. Very, very clean. Absolutely love it. Brian Pizzicemi a little bit further back in his number 78. Was where you come down to zeros on the clock, and let's get ready to pull up your grid. There we go. All right, to empty out the boards, let's go ahead and bring up your grid right now. So it looks like Brendan Book is going to go ahead and grab the pole here from Nashville. He's going to have Michael Loudenslager to his outside. Austin Collins in that 00, old buckshot numbers, is going to start third. Fourth is going to be Ryan Crooks in that 25. Row number 3 is going to be Tom Harmon in his Avril Lavigne 68. And Jordan McGraw in that 34 is going to start P at number 6. P7, the 2-3, Team FTR Camaro for Jose Ruiz is going to start 7th. 8th is going to be Justin Mons in his Orioles Gamer Advantage number 41. Matt O'Brien in that Kings-colored 43 Richard Petty throwback machine with Andrew Wisdom in his 51 to his outside. Tom Flickcroft, he's going to qualify 11th with Nate Mon to his outside to finish up row number 6. Row 7 is going to be Rivers Jones in the 44 with Riley Rosenbrook to his outside. Kevin Delatorre in the 92 with Francis Hamilton in his 48 to start P16. Row number 9 is going to be Cody Kalinka in the 79 Nationwide machine with Brody Falker in the 1 to his outside. Row 10, John Honeycutt in his Melody Woodworks number 50 and PJ O'Leary in that famed 24 to start P20. P21, Jimmy Cocker in his Orioles number 31 with Luke Allen in his 07 sitting P22. 23rd is going to be Hagen Joyner in his number 14 with Ryan McCall to his outside. Let's go ahead and catch up with these guys as they are right now. We'll go ahead and pull up the track map. That way I don't overrun on these guys. Okay, so going through turns 3 and 4. All right, so after Hagen Joyner and Ryan McCall, we are going to have Philip Bridgman, Andrew Sanford, Dylan Robb, John Osborne, Jacob Palmer, Micah Allard, Brian Pizzicami, James Holzer, Jeff No, Frank Winnisett, Charles Kramer, and Mike Campbell. All right, let's go ahead and clear the boards. Let's get ready to go. It's time for the green. Let's go. At the line, if this was the final lap, that would have been amazing. 5-car, though, of Brendan Book. He's going to not only start on pole, but he's going to lead the first lap as well. Michael Loudenslager underneath him, and this is something that this track is amazing for. A lot of great side-by-side battles. The car on the bottom taps the brakes a little bit, gets into the corner, sets it up. The outside car able to get back on the throttle a little bit sooner, and these cars will stay side by side if they're run that way for quite a while. But the 5 able to clear the 26 off of 4 and take the lead all to himself. All right, so let's work our way back a little bit, see if we can't find some more action going on. I don't believe we're going to have much of an issue with these Cup cars here this evening. A little bit further in the back, there is Jose Ruiz with the 8 of Tom Flitcroft. They're side by side. Right in front of them is going to be the 37, and that, I believe that was the 37. Might be a little off on the number. It looks like a 37 up top, but yeah, anyway, the double deuce and the 8, they're going to be able to clear that out right along with the 23. Behind them now, the 44 and the 86. 44, again, Rivers Jones, and the 86 of Riley Rosenbrook. Yellow number 1 of the evening is going to fly. It's going to be, looks like it's going to be Frank Winnisett and possibly Ryan McCall a little bit further in the back. Let's go back with Frank and find out what happened. All right, let's go ahead and play this out. Oh, looks like maybe Ryan McCall might have got a little loose. Let's go ahead and see if we can replay that with Ryan. All right, let's switch this up. Rewind that one more time. All right, we'll go ahead and rewind it just a tad. Looks like the 24 PJ is underneath. Let's go ahead and stop it, and let's go ahead and play it. Looks like 24 might have had to check up a bit for the 07, and that kind of bottlenecked all of them. But Ryan McCall, for the most part, able to keep it clean, and then at the very last minute, came on up. No way he can control that. You saw that he tried to have that car locked down, and then Frank Winnisett just nowhere to go. All right, let's go ahead and bring it back live. All right, see if maybe we can get a quick word with Brendan Book here. Brendan, it's 3 feet up in the booth, bud. You got a copy in that 5 Cincinnati machine one more time.
Yeah, I got you, Pete.
All right, bud. You started on a pole. You're gonna go ahead and you went ahead and led the first lap. Mike Loudenslager gave you a little bit of a fight for the spot, but in the end, you were able to take that high side, take the momentum, and go on up. What's it gonna take to keep the clean air on the nose of almost said Silverado of that Camaro, sir?
I mean, to keep the lead, track position, you're just going to have to drive a little bit harder and hope you don't, wear your tires out much. But I do think clean air will be, help you a little bit. But if these guys drive a little bit harder than I want, I'll probably just let them go. I really just wanted to get that lap led for the point.
Yep.
But we'll see how it goes for the rest of this race.
All right, Brendan. Well, definitely, good luck. Keep the shiny side up. Always a fan. Keep him behind you, sir.
Yep, thanks.
You got it. All right, I'll get Brendan Book back on down to C Motorsports, right along with Cody Kalinka, James Holzer, Micah Allard, and Tom Flickerhoff. Oh, Tom Flitty. Stratus says 30 car self-spin. Yeah, absolutely. Very, very sorry to see that, Stratus. Definitely appreciate the help, as always. All right, so lights top the pace car are on. I didn't see where anybody chose to come on down pit road. Little too early for that. Actually, I take that back. Did Hagen join her? Yeah, it looks like he might have come on down to top off. Frank Winnisett, of course, on pit road to get some repairs. Same thing with Ryan McCall. John Osborne also pulling in at the very last minute just to go ahead again and just top off in case this should go clean and green from here on out. But let's get back up with our front runners and see how we handle this. Here is Ryan Crooks right now. He's already up one spot, sitting P number 3. Loudenslager right behind him, Austin Collins, and then Tom Harmon going to round out the top 5. It's funny, we're chatting with Tom Harmon a little bit in practice, and he was saying that after about 30 laps, the cars were getting tight even in the tri-oval. So you really have to take care of the tires on these machines all race long if you want them to be there in the end. All right, lights atop the pace car are out. You can see by the cars coming back double file as they all come across Barney at the start stripe. And, yeah, getting back 2 by 2. All right, so one more time, let's go ahead and line them up. Brendan Book, Michael Loudenslager, Austin Collins with Ryan Crooks, Jordan McGraw with Tom Harmon, Justin Mons, Matt O'Brien, Jose Ruiz, and Andrew Wisdom. That's going to be your top 10 as they come through turns 3 and 4. Let's bring it on back over to Barney as the pace car is going to go ahead and duck off. And here we go. Green flag's up. Time to roll.
Green flag.
Let's go. All right, so Brendan Book, he's going to be able to keep the lead going into, or going, completing that lap. So good job by him. Loudon Slugger still right behind. Ryan Crooks, not much has changed inside the top 5. All right, let's go ahead and bring it back on up to our chopper and keep an eye on things as they progress just a little bit further back. There's Jordan McGraw in that number 34 as he pulls, a little bit of contact there between the, I want to say that's actually Rivers Jones with John Honeycutt and Jose Ruiz. So that's actually the 23, not the 43, with John Honeycutt right in front of him. There's 31, and Jimmy Cocker right now sitting in P15, already up 6 spots as Nate Mon and company continue to battle things out. It's going to be the 51 up here. So what I was calling the 37 is actually the 51 of Andrew Wisdom. Again, great display of side-by-side racing that this track is known for, whether it's in these cup cars, if it's in the trucks, Xfinity, whatever, just because of that high line momentum, able to keep up with the car that chooses or is racing in the line. That's the fastest way around this track, as it looks like Honeycutt's able to clear Jose Ruiz for that spot. Now the Jose Ruiz machine, he's going to be under battle from the 44, but able to pull back up inside the 50 as the 51 and 8 make a little bit of contact. You saw that live. Looks like the 8 had to kind of check up in order to gather it all back up. Now right behind the double deuce of Nate Mon. So good hands by Tom Flitcroft right there. This is your proverbial hornet's nest that these guys are all racing in right here. I mean, the lanes are being swapped out, it seems like almost every corner. Now the 8's going to try coming on down low underneath the double deuce. John Honeycutt's going to go ahead and try to follow him through. 44 staying up high. Few cars getting loose, tagging that outside wall just a tad. Brody Falliker back here in that Team FIWB Camaro. As it looks like the 23, Jose Ruiz going to fall back just a few spots behind these guys. Going to be the 07 of Luke Allen. He's also up 5 spots, sitting P17. And look who's joined the party. Already up 14 spots with Micah Allard right behind him. Talking about the 17 of James Holzer. He's got PJ O'Leary close in tow as well, as Micah Allard takes a look underneath. Bringing it on back up to Tom Flitcroft. Definitely saw him up on that outside line. Looks like he was able to find a hole behind the 50 of Honeycutt and right in front of the 31 Baltimore machine for Jimmy Cocker. Usually Jimmy Cocker running the Virginia Tech colors, but here recently he's chosen to trade up to this black number 31. Flitcroft again round the outside. He's going to carry a little bit of momentum. Slaps the outside wall with the right rear. No harm, no foul. He's going to be able to move on. But you definitely see him trying to push his luck, trying to get to the front. I don't recall exactly how many laps of practice this 8 had. But I would imagine that by now he's, kind of leaned on his teammates, Micah, Holzer, Kalinka, and Book just a little bit and said, hey, what kind of wear should I be looking at on that right front after a long race? Because right now I definitely see him pushing it up in that outside line, and he's going to need that right front just a little bit later on. All right, let's drop back with Holzer again. You see him leading this pack of about 3, and then you see Riley Rosenbrook back here in his 86 machine. He's sitting about P21, 7 spots down. So he's got the draft of PJ O'Leary. And then he's got a few cars right behind him as well. That's looking behind and looking ahead. Hear him shift. And shift back down one more time. So as these cars run, they do get tighter, and downshifting does help you turn into the corner. And might also be, kind of backing the corner up just a little bit to try to get back into the throttle just a tad sooner. We haven't missed anything up front. Brendan Book still leading. Michael Loudenslager P2. Ryan Crooks P3. Austin Collins 4th. And Tom Harmon P5. 3 of the top 5 are right in the same spot that they qualified in. That's going to be Book, Loudenslager, and this guy right here, Tom Harmon, in his Avril Lavigne number 68 Camaro. But one of the guys that was very, very fast in practice, Matt O'Brien, he is right there with him. In fact, let me see if I can actually show you what the practice times were like right quick, so you have an idea of what these guys were like during that 1 hour practice. And like I mentioned, Matt O'Brien fastest for Nitro Motorsports in that King's Richard Petty colored STP number 43. Fastest Austin Collins, Tom Harmon, Micah Allard, and Brendan Book were your top 5. All right, let's go ahead and clear that away. Andrew Wisdom in his 51 after the pounding that he put down last week. I mean, he absolutely, before the race started, people were just willing to, just ready to hand him the trophy. And it was for good reason. He took the rest of the field to school last week. I had mentioned it actually been a long time since I broadcasted a race from Sonoma, and that 51 made it a lot of fun all over again. All right, battle up front for a P number 2, Ryan Crooks. He's a time or two taking a look underneath the 26, trying to get that corner to roll a little bit more into the corner. Let's see if he tries it again, or if he just continues to stay put. Right now, though, everybody's still chasing Brendan Book in this Cincinnati number 5 as they get closer and closer, actually putting a car a lap down. I believe that's going to be, that's not Ryan McCall. I'm not quite sure who that is up on the high side. All right, it's actually going to be the 81. The 81 is going to be John Osborne in his 7-Eleven Slurpee machine. Go there, the Slurpee machine's always broken, at least in my experience anyway. Grumpy Guy Graphics. Race car designs, I think is what that says. How about that? Hear him downshift, keeping that Camaro up high, wide, and handsome, allowing the 43 and company just to go right on by. See the top 5 with a very clear advantage over the rest of the field. I see the 34 Jordan McGraw come underneath John Osborne as well. It's going to put John Osborne back in P34 right now. I just saw the 61 of Micah Allard go on by. It looks like the 81 is going to tag that wall. 17 down low as well. He's double wide with a couple. 23, 24. Just continuing to put this 81 further and further back. Michael Loudenslager now under attack by the 25 of Ryan Crooks. Ryan might have found a little something. Says, you know what? If the bottom side's not going to work right now, I can carry the momentum up on the high side, get back in the throttle just a little sooner. As you see him stab the throttle right there. Yeah, it's going to make him wash up a little bit, but he's going to have the momentum up and off the corner to take over P number 2. Good clean pass by Ryan Crooks. now up 2 spots since the race started, working lap number 30 of 135. So we got 105 laps remaining here in Music City, and definitely want to welcome everybody that's out there keeping an eye on the Shake and Bake iRacing Cup Series, whether it's on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or iRock TV through your favorite Roku device. If you haven't already, please, if you have a Roku TV or a Roku streaming device, go on over to the streamers section, search out iRock TV. It's the logo that you see there underneath the scoring pylon. It is a 100% free app dedicated to everything NASCAR and iRacing. Whether you want to keep up with POVs, league, community, or club broadcast, you want to keep up with podcasts or whatever it is, go on over, download the channel, and whatever you're watching, it's all 100% commercial free, and it's all in beautiful 4K quality. Go on over, download the channel. Why not? Why not? Why not? Definitely a big thank you one more time to Mr. Brian Reek for iRock TV for picking up the full tab of the Shake and Bake iRacing Cup Series throughout the season, and making sure that this league was fun for all. If you're out there and you're new, please go on up. If you're on YouTube, smash the subscribe button if you don't mind, please. No cost for subscribing on YouTube, and if you're here on Twitch, please smash the follow if you can, if you haven't already, and if you're able, please smash that subscribe button as well. If you've got Twitch Prime, doesn't cost you a thing. And oh, by the way, when you subscribe on Twitch, you see all races, all content, commercial free. That's something, unfortunately, we don't have control over, is the commercials. But if you subscribe, or if you subscribe with your Amazon Prime, you get commercial-free races. Side by side, 26. Ooh, that was close. That was close. I think Uncle Netcode might have just given a little bit of a break there between the 25 and the 26. The front nose of that 26 was definitely up the back bumper of the 2.5, and no caution or no damage was given, or no wreck happened right there, what could have been really bad. Now the 25, again, Ryan Crooks looking underneath the 5 of Brendan Book. The 26 just trying to decide where he wants to go, and he says, you know what? You guys, if I think the 26 might feel like he's being held up right now. And if the 25 and 5 cannot sort this out amongst themselves, he might decide to take this 3 wide. Behind them, you see the 68 of Tom Harmon. Austin Collins just a little bit further back as well. And this is something, I mentioned it earlier, this is something that happens a lot here at Nashville, this side-by-side racing. The guy in the bottom will usually end up having to give, because he's having to put just a little bit more wheel into the car to come off the corner, as the 26 again thinks about looking low, just the timing not there. Can he do it now? Nope, 25 comes on down, takes away the line. 26, though, he's got clean air. Can he go on up there? Will they take it 3 wide? Nope, 26 able to stab the throttle. They are 3 wide down the backstretch. While all that happened, that brought the 68 into the fold, right along with Austin Collins, Matt O'Brien, and Andrew Wisdom, also not too far out of this top pack. But move Michael Loudenslager to the front of the field. Brendan Book, who's led every lap up until now, P number 2, Tom Harmon, Ryan Crooks, and Austin Collins to round out your top 5. Hell of a battle. All right, coming up on the number 30 for Ryan McCall and is Shaboom Camaro, about to be placed a lap down. So that's going to lap up until P32, I believe. Chuck Cody a little bit further back in this number 36. I don't believe Cody is yet a lap down, as it looks like we've got some. Do we have some green flag pit stops going on? Nope, it's just the tool catching up. That's okay. Looks like the first car 1 lap down. Actually, no, this guy right here, the 39, he is the last car on the lead lap. I'm sorry, not 39, the 36 rather. So right now the 36 is the last car on the lead lap. So he needs to kind of step on it just a little bit. Leader's just now going into 3 and 4. He's just now crossing the start stripe. So he's only a quarter of a lap away, or a quarter of the track away from going a lap down. All right, so how about we take a little bit of a break here as we get past the century mark. We're lap 41 of 135. What do you say we do a little bit of a crank it up? Whoa, that was close. A little bit of a crank it up session. And y'all, if you got a good old sound bar or something out there, go ahead and crank it up. Let's go. All right, we're back at a little bit of Crank It Up session. Welcome on back. Again, this is the Shake and Make iRacing Cup Series live from Nashville, Music City. Who is going to be the one to grab the guitar when it's all said and done? And will they be another Kyle Busch and just completely wreck the guitar off stage like he did so many years ago? You know, I actually read a story on that. I was kind of curious when I knew this race was coming up. He had actually, the guitar that he smashed was actually not the real guitar. He had a few of some extras mocked up and printed up It wasn't the actual guitar. He wanted, and then he said that he wanted all of his crew to have pieces of the guitar that was broken, but didn't want to actually wreck the real thing. I don't know if that was a fabricated story years on after so many people were pissed off at him, but that was what I read. All right, so up front, looks like Michael Loudslogger in that one, still able to hold the lead over the 5 of Brendan Book as we work lap 50 of 135. Everybody getting on underneath the 39. I believe that's going to be Jacob, if I'm not mistaken. Let me go on back for just a moment. I believe, yeah, it's going to be Jacob Palmer back here in this 39. You got the 25 of... I thought that was going to be a little sketchy for just a moment there. But, yeah, got the 25 of Ryan Crooks, able to get on by the 39. I can't get these numbers and names right tonight. But yeah, 39 right now is sitting way in the back. There you see the 43 with the 68 and the 51 right in tow. Top Son's parents says, hope that story is true. Me too, because that guitar was actually airbrushed rather by the late great Sam Bass, and a lot of people were very pissed off by him smashing that guitar, which by the way was worth about $25,000 off the stage at Nashville. Jacob Palmer up high, keeping the 43 down low. 68 of Tom Harmon. He's going to go ahead and bring it on in, keeping it right behind the 43. Going to wash up just a little bit. Able to get on the binders just a moment to pass Jacob Palmer as well. And yeah, a lot of very separated green flag racing right now. Let's actually take a look from the blimp. And as you can see, you know, and not only from the blimp, but also by the track map on the bottom right-hand side of your screen, these cars are literally just about everywhere. So it's usually when this happens, that first caution that we had early in the race will more than likely end up being the last caution as well. With this much separation, I mean, I think for about P6, P7, where Tom Harmon and those guys were, is about the only challenge on track right now. So let's get on back down there with them right quick. That's a 71 of Mike Papa Bear Campbell up on the outside. He's going a lap down. Got to give Mike Campbell a lot of credit. He is a relative rookie in these machines. You get him in a truck or an Xfinity car or a lot of these other things, he's absolutely fine. Keep up with the best of them. But in these cars, he is a relative rookie, just like me, and he's out here to learn, complete all the possible laps that he can, and try to stay as clean and not get in anybody's way. That way, he also earns the respect of his competition as well. As we look at the 00 coming up right inside right now as well, that is going to be Austin Collins, which right now is P number 8. He's got the 41 of Justin Mons right behind him, and both of these guys are going to easily be able to work their way underneath the 71 of Mike Papa Bear Campbell one more time. Nate Mon back here in this Sun Drop double deuce. He's got the 1 of Brody Falliker and the 31 of Jimmy Cocker back here. That's going to round out the top 12. Right now, Jordan McGraw sitting 34th in his Sega Team FTR Camaro. Looks like Brendan Book has actually been able to retake the lead. And he's not only has he retaken the lead, but he's able to get a little bit of distance over the 26. Let's see if we actually find how that pass happened. And we'll go back and replay it if we can. Could not have happened all that long ago. There we go. Let's see how this happens. All right, let's go ahead and back it up just a tad. Looks like it's going to be a case where you got just a better run off the corner as they both pass the 39 again. And let's go ahead and play this out. Play this off the nose of Brendan. Let's go. All right, 26 washing up. 5 keeps the car pinned to the bottom. Coming across the start stripe, he's going to have position side by side going into turn number 1. 5's going to go ahead and throw it down low. 26 staying up high. And this was a battle for a while until the 5 ultimately almost able to clear him. 26 coming on down. A little bit of side draft there. 5 again going to go ahead and throw it into turns 3 and 4. There is the 2-5 right behind. And the 5 is going to be able to take possession of the lead one more time, just like he did very, very early in this race. Back to the lead goes the 5 of Brendan Book. Let's go ahead and bring it back live. This is Andrew Wisdom right now sitting P5. James Holzer right now up 27 spots. This man is just on a mission each and every week. He's got, I believe, 4 wins on the season so far. But due to a very early season penalty, he is trying to dig himself out of a points hole. And with 4 wins, I believe last I saw he was sitting about 10th in points, give or take. And he just keeps on clicking off, top 3 finishes. And when we're getting closer and closer to halfway in the race, you can imagine that Mr. Holzer will be a little bit further up in the running once the night gets closer and closer to the checker flag being thrown by Barney. But the question is, who is going to see the checkers first? I'm actually going to go ahead and take a look at those points that I was just talking about a moment ago. See how much they have changed. Let's see here. So right now it's saying Tom Harmon has the overall points lead. Brendan Book second in points by about 21 points behind Harmon. Ryan Crooks, Andrew Wisdom, Brody Falliker, Matt O'Brien, Tom Flitcroft, James Holzer. So Holzer was two weeks ago was sitting 10th in points after his run last week at Sonoma, able to move on up 2 spots to P8. Jordan McGraw is going to be tied in points with him, both at 296, 83 points behind Tom Harmon. And then Nate Mon in that double deuce, he's going to round out the top 10 in points. So there you have it. But yeah, Holzer is going to continue to climb his way on up. See if we can find Nate Mon right quick, since we're just talking about him inside of the top 10 in points, or rounding out the top 10 in points. Right now, here he is running 12th in that double deuce, which is actually right where he qualified. So nothing gained, nothing lost for this Sundrop Camaro. He qualified 12th, sticking right where he started. Meanwhile, you got Jordan McGraw that's down 7 spots on the evening so far, and he's going to come on up and try to challenge Nate Mon for that position. 34 all the way down, 22 coming on down to keep him pinched in, and it's going to keep the 34 right behind him. Behind these two, though, you got Jose Ruiz in this number 23, a little bit, just a little bit further back, not right behind. You see Brody Falliker in the 1, he's up 7 spots. And if we look back from his rear camera, you can see just how close the 22 and the 34 are to him. So a pretty close battle to try to crack their way into the top 10. Meaning, talking about battles, here we go. So looks like the 25 of Ryan Crooks, he's going to be the first of the top 5 to come on down pit road to grab 4 brand new Eagle fuel goods. Go ahead and fill it up with that Sunoco E15 fuel and come on back out. Looks like Austin Collins might have also just decided to, nope, maybe not so much. But Brendan Book, he's going to go ahead and bring it on down pit road as well. So he just actually resurrendered the lead to Michael Loudenslager. Andrew Wisdom's going to take over P number 2. Holzer up to 3rd, Matt O'Brien 4th, and Tom Harmon, he is going to take over P5 right where he started this evening. So we have run now, you figure these guys coming on down lap 70 after a very early caution, but going to grab these tires and get on out. You see the 00 of Austin Collins in his Costco machine, also on pit road. 5's going to drop the left side, grab the gas, grab the gear, and come on out. All right, 26 putting the number 92 Yingling machine for Kevin Dalatory down a lap. 26, whoa, 92, I'm going to guess, has already pitted. Judging by the way he just blew on by. So he's trying to get his lap back, and he does just that. So 26 and the 51. This is the 51 of Andrew Wisdom, again after his dominant performance last week at Sonoma. He's going to be a guy all the way through the playoffs. I think that they're going to have to worry about week in and week out. Right behind him is going to be now up 29 spots. So the biggest mover of the race, of course, talking about the 17 Crown Royal machine for James Holzer. Holzer up to 3rd. Matt O'Brien up 5 spots right behind him in the 43. And then Tom Harmon, again, rounding out the top 5. Nobody else yet to come on down pit road. Everybody else kind of staying out for now. Now, you got to remember, under that caution, some cars did come on down pit road to top off the fuel. Didn't take tires, mind you. Just topped off the fuel as you see the 26 and 51 come on down pit road. There's the 20 also of Frank Winnisett. 51, 26, literally nose to tail, keeping it right at pit road speed. This could be a great gamesmanship. The 51 all over the back end of the 26 can't speed. Could it be all about who hits their box the best? 26 strolls right in. Andrew Wisdom back here. You see the 43 kind of spinning the tires a little bit. There's the 41 of Justin Mons. The 20 of Frank Winnisett is out. 51 is out. And does he beat the 26 off pit road? No, but it was going to be close. Justin Mons and the 43 of Matt O'Brien, they're going to be close as well. Both of them going to try to grab a gear. Will Matt O'Brien try to take him on the outside? Justin Mons says, I wouldn't do that. But they're going to try it anyway. Oh, did the 43 come up on track before the merge cone? That will be interesting to see. If he did, that whole battle may have been for nothing. We'll have to see if he gets a black flag or not. If that 43 has to come on back down pit road, we'll know why. The 86 of Rosenbrook and Brian Pizzichemi, they're coming on off of pit road as well. Luke Allen in the 07 also leaving pit road. Dylan Robb back here in this number 16 Glitch Energy, looks like Camaro. He's maxing out at pit road speed and going to do whatever he can do to try to gain some time. There's the 68 Avril Lavigne car for Tom Harmon. So a lot of guys grabbing 4 brand new Eagle Feel Goods and doing what they've got to do. As looks like, I thought I just saw somebody else coming on down pit road. Yep, Jordan McGraw in the 34 with Andrew Sanford back here in this number 37 also coming down for their time. So now coming down on lap 77, that means that these guys right here, they can make it all the way. Will their right front tires be able to make it? I would say so, but it's probably going to be quite a big drop off between now and then. Right now, the 48 of Francis Hamilton, he's kind of leading the way by a good 12 seconds over Brendan Book that has come on down. Francis Hamilton in his Tigers number 48, he has not yet come on down pit road. The last time he pitted was on lap 5. Yes, one of those guys during the caution that came down, topped off, and that was it. Same thing with Hagen Joyner back in this number 14 machine. He also topped off way back then. And through this green flag pit cycle, he is now up 16 spots to sit P14. So the 48, he's got to come on down pit road. He's got to realize that almost everybody has come on down pit road, got their green flag stop in. Nobody wrecked. Caution's not going to fly. He's not going to be able to get any kind of track position that way as we work lap 80 of 135. Clearly well past halfway. If he was working to just get to halfway, well, he can come on down. He's also been able to stay out there for more than one lap, so he's also gone ahead and gained a point for leading a lap as well. So the strategy is gone. So even if even if a caution was to come out right now, and he came down pit road, nobody else is going to come with him. All that track position would be lost anyway. All right, so looks like Loudenslager back here in this 26. For a minute there, it looked like he was going to be forced to come on down pit road, but that was not the case. Hagen Joyner now coming off pit road at max speed. I believe I just saw Cody Kalinka down there as well. Yep, the right side on his Camaro just dropped, and it looks like he's getting his lefts and maybe repairing a little bit of damage, or maybe got a black flag. Not quite sure, but definitely sitting there for a little bit as it is. All right, see there you see the 48 Tigers machine sliding on in. So yeah, giving up the lead. That's going to give it back to Brendan Book and company. Looks like it's going to be Brendan Book, Ryan Crooks, Michael Loudenslager, Andrew Wisdom, and James Holzer. So what do you think, chat? Now that we're past halfway, who grabs the W tonight? Is it going to be the 17 who's gained the most amount of spots so far? Is it going to be Brendan Book to go pole to pole, just like the 51 of Andrew Wisdom did last week? Andrew Wisdom grabbed the pole at Sonoma and also grabbed the checkers. One took the victory there. Is Book going to be able to complete that same feat? He won the pole tonight. Can he go ahead and take the checkers as well? Right now, Brendan Book would like to think so. Ryan Crooks a mere 7/10 back, followed by Michael Loudenslager, Andrew Wisdom, and James Holzer. All right, right now, looks like just the top 23 are are left on the lead lap. From 24th on back is the first car one lap down. Let's go on back and pick up with Andrew Sanford right now and his Camaro. Let's go ahead and take a look around, see what he's got going on going into the turn. It looks like this is 3 and 4. Yep, he's going to come on back to the front stands and underneath the start stripe. And this will be working lap 86 of 135. So Andrew Sanford, he's got Francis Hamilton behind him, and he's got Luke Allen in the 07 right ahead. Look at that sky. Way up high from the iRock TV blimp, keeping an eye again at Nashville Super Speedway. Again, it's a 1.3 mile oval, very much shaped just like Daytona. or Talladega, but much shorter. Not quite the speeds of a super speedway, but very fast. Can be very tight at times. Concrete track, and some people love it, some people hate it. I'm not personally a big fan. It gets very tight, very fast. But man, there's some people that really dig concrete tracks and just have a knack for them. Just like a Dover, just like a Bristol, or a couple other places. Francis Hamilton again in that 48 Tigers machine right behind this Crown Royal 17 for James Holzer. He did go a lap down, but you know what? He led a point. Right now, that 48 car is sitting P25, which I believe would be... Actually, not P25. Let me get my bearings again. Nope, he's actually 22nd. So he's actually he is on the lead lap. So good job by him. Just as I say, that's going to change up again on me. 24th possibly. Let's try that. There we go. Yeah, so he's actually the second car, one lap down. The 37 is Andrew Sanford, and he's right ahead of him. He's the first car, one lap down. So if a caution should happen to come on out, he would go ahead and get his lap back. All right, up front, not missing much. You see the 92 of Dallatorre about to go another lap down to the 5 of Brendan Book. Ryan Crooks sitting back here in P number 2. Andrew Wisdom in this number 51. Little bit of a distance back from Book, talking about a good 4+ seconds. Michael Loudenslager right now sitting P number 5, right behind the 51, and then James Holzer. There you see him kind of creep into the picture as well to round out P5. Matt O'Brien back here in the Kings STP colors, that old 43 machine, and Austin Collins, of course, right with him. Let's see if we can't widen the view just a little bit, and let's go on back up to the chopper, go through the field if we can. Start with our leader and work our way on back. We know that for the most part, these guys are very much single file. So let's move on back through, see if we can catch any great side-by-side action as the race rolls on. It looks like everybody has caught that single file bug, and nobody really doing much of anything as this race goes on. It looks like Jonathan Adams, Austin Mongold, and Charles Kramer unfortunately unable to make the field this evening. That would have put the field at 39 cars strong. They must have just missed it though. It shows that Jeff No did complete a few laps, and then something must have come up, and he wasn't able to make the field. But officially, Jeff No right now sitting P36. John Osborne, that 81, ahead of him in position. And then, of course, Ryan McCall in his number 30 Shaboom machine. He's got Cody Kalinka to his inside, and the 92 of Dallatorre right in front of him. .38 laps to go from Nashville Super Speedway. Again, kind of wondering who's it going to be this evening. I tell you, it's with how fast Holzer's moving on up, now up to P4. Brendan Book leading the most laps so far. Michael Loudenslager, he's been able to lead a few. Ryan Crooks has gone up there and contended for a few laps as well. I think anybody inside the top 5 so far could really get on up there and prove that they've got what it takes to grab the W here from Music City. But it's going to take a lot. It's absolutely going to take a lot. You see the 39 there going yet another lap down. Ryan Crook's going to have to battle with him for just a moment. Will the 39 go up high and give the line? That way the 25 doesn't have to work with all that dirty air. 39 is going to go ahead and move on up a bit. That's going to take the 37 right along with him. Here comes the 36 as well. But none of those other guys are on the lead lap. The next car for position way back here. Talking about the 51 of Andrew Wisdom with the 17 of Holzer breathing down his tailpipe. Then, of course, the 26 of Loudenslager. That is your top 5. But, yeah, Brendan Book right now, he has got a solid gap between first and third. The only one close to try and be able to do anything with him is going to be Ryan Crooks, 1.4 seconds behind. And then it's 4+ between Wisdom and Holzer. And then just about 5 seconds back to Loudenslager. And that's the way the top 5 is. Justin Mons up into the outside wall. Let's see if we can go back and find out exactly what happened right there. It's kind of interesting. Sorry about that momentary loss of audio. Just kind of working through just a little bit here. Let's go ahead and rewind that the old-fashioned way. See if we can find out what happened with the 41. All right, let's play it out. Ooh, just a hard shot, but a lot of throttle time coming up and off the corner. Nothing of anybody else is doing. Let's go ahead and bring it back live. All right, see the 20 of Frank Winnisett right behind Justin Mons. That would not be a pass for position, as Winnisett right now sitting P26 up 8 spots where he qualified. So Justin Mons, he doesn't have to really worry about much what's in his rear view. What he might have to worry about, though, is the right side of his car. Taking a look at the right front, not too bad. Right rear, a little bit more crumpled. Not so bad, though. Let's take a look at the back end of his car. See if that's kind of shifted around. No, it doesn't really look like it's all that worse for the wear either. So these cars are like tanks. They could definitely take a lick and keep on ticking. All right, so Mons not too bad off. That shot could have been a lot worse, or may have looked a whole lot worse than it actually was. (51-26). They're the only ones that are actually in the top 5 in points right now. Andrew Wisdom has got the spot. Mike Loudenslager wants it. James Holzer able to move on up to P number 3. Let's see if we can find out how that pass happened. It would have been just a little bit ago. Let's see how that worked out. Let's go ahead and play it out. That is not Holzer passing Andrew Wisdom. That's just Holzer passing the 36. Let's go ahead and bring it back live. Never mind. All right, let's go on back up to the chopper and see what we can find. Again, nothing going on for Brendan Book whatsoever. 2 seconds over Ryan Crooks, 3+ over Holzer, 4+ back to Andrew Wisdom, 5+ back to Loudenslager. 25 laps remaining here from Nashville Super Speedway. Again, Brendan Book started on pole. Definitely looks like he's got a pretty firm grasp on things so far. All he's got to do is worry what's out the windshield. Don't worry about what what's coming up behind him or anything like that. There's still several seconds between himself and others, and if he can keep up the pace, he should have a pretty good showing. Whether it'll be a win or not, that's yet to that's remain to be seen. But with 24 to go, and also again, guys, next to that 24 to go, if you want to know or keep up with everything that's going on here in the Shake and Bake iRacing series, go on over on Twitter at RacingSNB. Give him a follow. Keep up with everything that's going on, and tell old Frozen Toes herself. Tell her I said hi. All right. So again, Brendan Book, nothing to worry about whatsoever. He's got the 07 to his outside. 07 kind of pinching the leader down. Not quite sure if that's actually the smartest thing to do. I should really just be letting him go, and that's exactly what happens shortly thereafter. So that is going to put Luke Allen one more lap down. All right, back to P number 2, talking about Ryan Crooks in his number 25. He sees the 17 of Holzer, last year's teammate for him, getting closer and closer in that rear view. Crooks right now sitting P2, up 2 spots after starting 4th. But this guy, up 29 spots. It seems like nothing can keep this guy down. It's not points. It's not a track or whatever. As 44, very, very slow up top. Not quite sure what that was about. That could have been catastrophic with some pretty bad, fast cars coming up on him. 44 is going to be Rivers Jones, and it looks like he is back up to speed. Might have been a little loose, so off the throttle to gather the car back up, but it looks like he's right back where he needs to be. Cody Kalinka in the 48, they're going to try to work underneath. There's also the 26 of Loudenslager right now, which is P4. So that's how much separation. Woo! No contact between the 44 and the 48. Netcode kind of giving a little bit of a break there. Loudenslager, he's just waiting to see which line is going to move for him. 44 definitely a little loose. Not going to be able to do much with it. 48's going to have to tread lightly. Here comes Loudenslager underneath the 44 now. There you see the 51 as well. It's going to be Andrew Wisdom, and he will be the last car to round out the top 5. tight, loose racing. 30, Ryan McCall. He's going to work his way into this mix as well. That shaboom machine. Good job by the 44. You can definitely see that he was loose. He's going to tag that wall just a little bit as the 30 is able to drive underneath. Keeping that clean and letting him move along. All right, so we went through the top 5 back to the 51 of Andrew Wisdom. Tom Harmon a little bit further back in his Avril Lavigne 68. Matt O'Brien, he's several seconds behind, right along with Austin Collins. Nothing going on much there, as this is actually a battle for position. This is the 31 of Jimmy Cocker with the 00 of Austin Collins. Looks like 31's going to be able to throw it low, keep it there, and get back on the throttle, taking that position by force and putting Austin Collins back to P number 9. Looks like that battle has sorted itself out. Moving on back to the 1 of Brody Falliker, and that's going to round out your top 10. 11th, Nate Mon in this double deuce, up 1 spot after starting 12th with J-Mac. Jordan McGraw right now sitting P12. So Jordan, he's 17 plus seconds behind the leader, as it looks like from 21st on back is now 1 lap down. 16 laps to go. .34 of J-Mac looking underneath Mike Pop Bear Campbell. That's not for position. Mike Campbell is several laps down now behind the 36. 34 is going to be able to take that spot pretty easily and move on up. Clean air is great on the hood of these Toyotas, Chevys, and Fords, no matter where you can get it. Whether you're racing down lap traffic or racing for the lead, putting cars a lap down. Clean air, very, very important here at Nashville. So probably more important here than it would be at some other tracks. Justin Mons in that 41. We saw him slap the wall not too long ago. Now he's fighting to get underneath the 71 of Mike Campbell as well. Almost washing way up, but able to put a little extra wheel into it. Keep it off the 71. 71 able to keep it off the outside wall as well. Justin Mons right now sitting P13. P14 is going to be the Melody Woodworks Team FTR Camaro for John Honeycutt. Honeycutt started 19th, now up 5 spots to 14th with his Team FTR teammate of Jose Ruiz right behind him. And then Brian Pizzicemi, he traded in this purple colors that he's been running for this rainbow-colored number 78. Micah Allard right behind him, up 12 spots, sitting P17. PJ O'Leary around the outside of the 92 of Kevin Dallator. And then Riley Rosenbrook to round out the 19th spot with Tom Flitcroft right here for 20th. All right, behind them, we saw the 07 go a lap down earlier. So he's going to be 22nd. Francis Hamilton in his Tigers machine after leading a lap. He's going to fall back to 23rd with Rivers Jones back here in the 44. Dylan Robb in his Glitch Energy number 16 up to sitting P25. Frank Winnisett and Kevin Dallatori. We just watched Kevin Dallatori get passed by a few cars. That's 27th. 28th is going to be Philip Bridgman in his AC/DC number 18. Got to take a look at this car. Let's see what we're looking like here. Very, very nice. Iron Man 2 scheme. Very cool. Kind of digging it. Ten laps to go. We are back up with the leader, talking about Brendan Book. 2.8 seconds back is this guy right here. Talking about the 17 of James Holzer. Holzer now up 30 spots. He's only got one more spot to go before we're talking about another checkered flag, but I don't know if he can get there within 10 laps. If he can't, Brendan Book will be able to take take yet another win, and Holzer will be relegated to, I believe this would be back-to-back P2 spots, and then Ryan Crooks right now would be third. I'm actually going to go ahead and take a look at those points one more time as we get closer and closer to wrapping this race up. I want to go back to the points for the Cup Series and see exactly where Brendan Book is in points. And I'm pretty sure Brendan Book had a win. No, he does not have a win. Ryan Crooks has 2. Andrew Wisdom has 3. Matt O'Brien has 2. Tom Flitcroft has 1, winning the season opening race at Daytona. James Holzer has 4. Jose Ruiz won at Talladega. And that's going to account for all the wins this season so far. So Brendan Book trying to add his name to that winners list. Again, if he can get this done, he would join his name to the list of Crooks, Wisdom, O'Brien, Flitcroft, Holzer, and Jose Ruiz. So have to see what he's capable of doing. I think he can get it done. I think that 5 has been steady enough all race long to go on up there and keep the W. Six laps remaining here from Nashville, and that gap back to Holzer has actually increased. It was 2.5, 2.6. Now it's 2.9. Just a moment ago it was a little over 3. So it seems like it depends on which side of the track we're talking about. But right now, Brendan Book able to hold the 17 of Holzer at bay. As you get closer and closer to the front of the race, to closer and closer to that number 1 spot, the competition gets harder and harder. And so far, Holzer has not been able to make up any time on Book. Behind Holzer, though, you got Ryan Crooks, 1.7 seconds behind. So right now, you're looking at a Book, Holzer, and Crooks top 3. That would be the podium finishing order. As it looks like Michael Laudenslager is a little bit further back behind Crooks. So nothing doing right now. This 07, that is not for position. So any Ryan Crooks fans out there, right now he's looking pretty solid. Here is Laudenslager in 4th. He's a good little bit behind Crooks. I'd say maybe 5 to 10 car lengths as we've got 4 laps remaining. So if Crooks can continue to do what he's doing, that would relegate Laudenslager down 2 spots from where he started the race in P number 4. Andrew Wisdom a little bit further back. He'd love to get on up there and challenge Laudenslager for 4th place, but right now it doesn't look like that's going to happen. The 48 behind him, that's not for position. Again, 48 is at least 1 lap down. If I'm not mistaken, he might be the first car 1 lap down, but he's hanging right there with the leaders, going to show that he might have had competitive speed to stay inside the top 5, but did he stay out too long to lead a lap and get that point earlier in the race when everybody was coming on down pit road? Did he wait too long? All right, so we go on up to Holzer. We'll go ahead and take a look from his hood or nose cam and see what he sees. He can see the 5 of Brendan Book up there, but there's nothing he's going to be able to do about it. Coming to the white flag, it's going to be all this guy right here, Brendan Book. 4 more turns out of Sterling Heights, Michigan, to claim his first victory of the season and lock his way into at least the first round of the chase. 3+ back to Holzer. Not going to have anything to worry about. Again, very, very steady all race long. And as the 5 comes off turn number 4, he will win here at Nashville. Got to be relieved to get that winning monkey off his back. And I have no doubt in my mind he's going to put up one hell of a celebration. All right, so let's go ahead and clear the boards for Mr. Book. and allow him to celebrate in style. Holtz is going to come on up, give him a little bit of a celebratory bump, and move on his way. These two have been friends for a very, very, very long time. And here comes the third. That's right. Tom Flitcroft. Gotta congratulate his buddy on win number 1 on the season here at Nashville. Now go ahead and kind of let him celebrate alone a little bit. There's the 4th. That's going to be Micah Allard, who comes on up. These guys run a lot of practice lobbies, a lot of officials, a lot of fun runs to get ready for the tracks as they come. And when one of their teammates wins, it's like a win for the full team. So again, the 5 of Brendan Book gets it done here at Nashville. James Holzer comes home P2. Ryan Crooks 3rd. Loudenslager 4th. And Andrew Wisdom brings it on back to finish P5. I asked him last week after dominating Sonoma what it was going to take to get it done on an oval. Tonight, he got very, very close. We'll have to see what happens next week. But give me one moment. We'll have our top 3 live in the booth. We will be right back. Don't nobody go nowhere. All right, ladies and gents, we are back. We got our top 3 live in the booth. We're going to start off first with the driver who started 4th. We're going to go ahead and finish P3, talking about the 25 of Ryan Crooks. Ryan, it looked like you're pretty steady inside the top 5 all race long. A lot of great racing between you and Loudenslager and, of course, Book and others. At times, it seems like you guys were trading position like you were trading Pokemon cards. But here you are. One more top 3 is going to definitely help you out in the points. How you feeling about your race here at Nashville overall, sir?
Yeah, super smooth race. A little exciting at certain points, but overall it was really smooth. Started P4 and got the early caution, kind of early, and was just trying to ride behind Michael and Book and, just try to bide some time. But clean air is really important here, and the car gets really tight on longer runs. So, you're kind of in a tough spot of trying to ride and keep pace with the leaders and not burn your stuff up. But then also it's even when it's time to go, it's really hard to try to make a pass. But I came down. I think I was the first one out of kind of the top 5 or 6 to hit pit road.
Yep.
Got back, to Book coming out of there, so I gained a little bit because I think when I pitted, I was down maybe about a second and a half, 2 seconds. So got to him. He was exiting coming out of 2, and I knew if I could clear him, that ought to put me in a much better situation to try to control the race. But we got to racing really hard, man. We went off into turn 4, and it's kind of like being on the interstate with somebody we were picking through lap cars and cars pitting, and I saw my opportunity on the outside of Book, and I think we were 3 at one point, and I tried to just send it off. There's a big bump in 3 and 4, so I tried to kind of time it out to, really get it to bite coming up off the corner, and when I stood on it, it turned sideways into Book. I got in his door, and I tried not to wreck him, and I tried not to wreck myself, but gathered it up, and tried to hold off Holzer, but he was coming so fast, and I was caught behind a lap car that it took tires, and it was really killing my momentum, and Book got away because he cleared the lap car, and I couldn't get clear, and I was stuck there the rest of the race. But, yeah, all in all, great points day, fun race, a lot of green flag laps, so I enjoyed it.
Atlanta Motor Speedway next week. We're going to go back mini restrictor plate racing, I guess you could say. If I'm not mistaken, last season when we were there, you had a pretty good showing. What are you looking forward to?
Yeah, I think we were at Legacy earlier this year. I won the Legacy race. I'm looking forward to riding in the back until probably about 10-15 to go, and hope everybody tears everything up. If we have another field like we had tonight next week, there's gonna be a lot of chaos. Really tight track. You race really really tight. It's obviously Talladega Daytona style race on a 1.5 miles, so not a lot of room. Cars kind of tend to get tight, kind of later in the run. So, you got to watch out for the low line moving into that high line. But it'll be fun. It'll be definitely exciting. It won't be short of any action. So, yeah, it's just going to be, hoping we can dodge the wrecks and, be there at the end with a shot.
All right, buddy. Well, congratulations one more time. Top 3 podium run for you. Any quick friends, family, sponsors you want to get out there?
Just thanks everybody that helps put this bad girl on every week. This is a lot of fun. Eliza and obviously Book and everybody that helps out, putting this together, and you for the broadcast. A lot of fun. Really enjoy it every week. And try to bring home a championship this year. So just try to be smooth, and looking forward to next week.
You keep it going, you'll have to dethrone your teammate from last season. But yeah, I'm a fan every week. Go get him.
Thanks, Pete.
You got it. Speaking of your teammate from last season, we're going to go ahead and pull up the 17 Crown Royal machine of James Holzer. Holzer, if there was a point awarded for most passes throughout the evening, you are up 30 spots since the drop of the green flag this evening. That Crown Royal machine just looked like it was on rails. One hell of a race for you, James.
Yeah, thanks, Pete.
Holzer, you got me?
Yeah, you got me?
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I thought I lost you for a moment. No,
you're good. Yeah, I said thanks, Pete.
Okay, gotcha. Man, one hell of a race. Once you started to get further and further up in traffic, and you caught up to the Ryan Crooks and the Loudenslager and the 51 of Andrew Wisdom, what more did it take out of that Crown Royal machine to get on by, and what did you need to actually catch the 5 of Book?
Caution. Yeah, it was tough. As Crooks kind of touched on earlier, dirty air sucked. Anytime I'd get to clean air, I feel like I could start getting in a good rhythm and picking off laps, but you had to drive entirely different behind somebody, and once you got within about 8/10 or so of the guy in front of you, you felt the dirty air. So really tough, especially in the center of the corner where you can't necessarily get below them and kind of cut through the dirty air. So there's a lot of just trying to manage the right front, because it was a really tight race car, and I had a lot of rear brake cranked into it, and it just still wasn't enough. It was just mainly really tight on throttle, which I kind of picked up in the few laps that I ran in practice. So that first run, I just kind of really minded my business and just wanted to keep the tires on it, and then just tried to pick them off one by one when they got tight, and just try to get the position below them to going into 3 and 4, trying to set up the passes in 1 and 2. But yeah, I was like 3.5 behind Brendan when he pit, and it was like 3.1, but I got caught behind a lap car, and I did net gain on him a little bit, but yeah, I just unfortunately needed a caution. He did a lot better job on the right front, just with having clean air the whole race. And I burnt my stuff up that second run a little more than I wanted to. Just wanted to make sure I could at least get to P2. And once I got to about 15 or so to go, I was just kind of cruising, because I saw the relative just kind of evened out, and the tires just kind of even out long. I was just I don't know what I was hoping for, but I was just trying to do something, I guess, a little bit different, just being at a track position deficit from screwing up in qualifying. I clipped the wall twice. So not even my first lap counted. So that made things a little tough. I just needed a caution there in the middle, just to kind of regroup and have some track position. Even if I think I could have started in the top 10 or dozen, I think I could have kept closer to Brendan, but he was on top of it all night. He really had that thing hooked up and really drove a great race. So I stole one from him at Dover. So I'm glad to see him run a great race and finally get rewarded for it.
Last week you gained 2 spots in the points. You went from 10th up to 8th. This evening, obviously going to help you again in the points. So with this points momentum coming up and up and up, when we get to Atlanta next week, are you going to kind of play it easy and ride in the back until it's time to go? Or are you going to try to stay up front and possibly be right around the hornet's nest and get collected if we should happen to see the big one next week?
Pete, it really all depends on the atmosphere of the race and how everybody's feeling. Sometimes we go in and it's real calm. Sometimes we go in and it's real aggressive. Like the last 2 weeks have been really calm and the race has been really green. So people might be a little more antsy, but it's really hard to say until we get in there. Also depends on where we queue at. So if we queue up in the top, 8 or top 8 or so, I think we can hang up there and just kind of mind our P's and Q's. But if we start mid-pack, I think we're definitely going to dip. But it's also very crucial to stay in that lead pack, because once it breaks away, it's very hard to regain that back in this car. So a lot of things balancing next week. Tire wear, as Crooks touched on, it's gonna get a little tougher to run the bottom, but at the same time, it's gonna start getting a little loose on exit too. So it's all about kind of managing the tires like old Atlanta, but super speedway-esque of Daytona and Talladega with a little bit narrower of a track. But looking forward to it nonetheless. Gain some more points this week on the deficit. I think still might have a chance, even with the points penalty, of bringing it back. It's going to be really, really tough. We're going to have to put these podium runs together every week, and I think we're going to kind of have some luck going our way, because I think we have like 9 races or so to go before playoffs. But just racking up the playoff points is crucial, trying to regain some of those that we lost, just that way we can have a buffer. And like you said, just kind of keeping that momentum rolling forward.
All right, buddy. Well, big again, congratulations on this P2 run. Always a fan. Any quick friends, family, sponsors, sir?
Yeah, I appreciate it, Pete. I got to thank you in the booth as always for putting on a fantastic show. Thank all the admins for putting this on week in and week out. It's awesome to see the growth of drivers week in, week out, all the way from P1 all the way to P35. Everybody keeps getting better every week. It's awesome too, like I touched on last week, the new guys. Michael, once again, having another great top 5-ish run. I think he finished right around 5th, 6th. Great run for him. I got to thank everybody on my team from C Motorsports. We all had pretty good runs. Cody kind of got caught in the situation that could have been a caution with the lap car, but unfortunately the wall kept him going straight. I think he would have liked to have seen that caution just to fix it. Micah coming out and racing this week. Tom also, both of them staying on the lead lap. Didn't have the runs I don't think they were expecting, but nonetheless was a good effort. Thank everybody on the car, Elite Performance Industries. Check them out. RaceEPI.com for your open setups. The Crown Royal and Laurel Auto Group. And Justin Brooks Designs.
I was just going to say, don't forget Justin. There you go.
Yeah, can't forget Justin. Yeah, awesome schemes, man. Go check him out. He's got a Discord and he's got a website set up. So he makes some pretty rocking schemes. I was going to bring the South Park car back tonight, but didn't have time. So I'm going to make sure we get it set up this week, and hopefully Kenny doesn't get killed at Atlanta.
Yeah. Hey, it'd be the place to do it, right?
Yeah, right?
All right, sir. Good luck again.
Yeah, thanks, Pete.
Congrats. All right, we got to bring up the man of the hour. We talked earlier in the race, mentioned that the 51 went flag to flag last week at Sonoma. Well, Brendan Book able to do it tonight. Brendan, you're going to go ahead and join the winners column here from Nashville Superspeedway. You started on pole. You and Michael Loudenslager battled it out. I got a chance to talk to you very briefly during that one and only caution about lap 5. And I mentioned the clean air. Clean air was king. You proved it one more time. One hell of a race, sir. You led most laps. You're going to lock that up as well. Congratulations on this win. Monkeys off your back, sir. Talk us through it.
Yeah, just I think for me, I would say just about a perfect race there. The only thing I think I probably did wrong was downshifting to third a couple times entering turn 3. But I think, like I said earlier, the biggest thing was, having drag position and keeping clean air. And, I tried to maintain the best pace possible. They got by me there for a little bit in that first run. But, I think I kind of proved that I had a really good long run car, because I kind of pulled away thereafter before the pit stop. And then, like Crooks, he mentioned earlier, like, we raced pretty hard there right after both of us pitted. And I knew, like he said, clean air was a pretty big thing, and I knew if I just stay in front of them and get away a little bit, I could hold on to it. And so, I mean, it's like you said, monkeys off the back. It's been like probably a year since I last won. I can't remember exactly, but it's been a long time. There's a lot of good drivers in this league. Anybody in the top 15, or they race really hard, really good, and there's a lot of good guys in here. So it's finally good to get one, put a whole race together.
Yeah, absolutely. I mentioned you're joining the winners column. You're joining names like Ryan Crooks. He's got a couple wins on the season. Andrew Wisdom, he's got 3. Matt O'Brien, he's got 2. James Holzer with 4. Tom Flitcroft with 1 when he won the season opening race at Daytona. Jose Ruiz when he won at Talladega. All those guys are now and you're joining them now locked into the round of 16, which kicks off, I believe, in just 8 short races. So with that, knowing that you're good to go, you didn't have anything to worry about. You came into this race second in points, so you were going to be good either way. But now that that's done, can you go into next week and just let it all go? Can you go full send next week at Atlanta Motor Speedway, try to make it 2 for 2? With now that you got this win under your belt?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the win here is gonna change my mentality for Atlanta. I always, the main goal is always to finish the race, and then I've been close this season. I mean, 5 of the last 7 races I've been top 4, so I've been knocking there on the door. It's just as far as well, next week hopefully I can make it. I'm going to be in Nashville for the races this weekend. I'll be driving back all day Monday, so I'm kind of hoping that I can get home in time. But I'll be sitting in a car for 8-9 hours and then driving on the sim for another 3 hours with practice and everything combined. So it's going to be a long Monday for me.
Well, Book, I definitely gotta congratulate you. One hell of a way to get it done. You're like one of, if not, one of the main admins here in Shake and Bake. You help set up the lobbies. You help everybody, keep everybody up to date on what's going on. You take and assist with the points. I mean, all kinds of things that you help with on the back end. That's why usually when we go through and we're talking about, any kind of accolades for anybody else in the league, friends, family, sponsors, you are definitely one of those that people say thanks to now and then. Any quick friends, family, sponsors, any appreciation you'd like to pass along?
I mean, just as I usually do, to the other admins tonight, or race control, Eliza and Woody up in the
Yep.
at the booth, making sure everyone's, not doing anything stupid or, that they shouldn't be doing. And then you here in the booth broadcasting, to put on, so everybody that's not in the league can watch and see, and, enjoy the race. And then to teammates, James, obviously has a good run almost every week. And then Tom and Micah, they didn't have like the best runs that they probably would have wanted, but they still fought hard the whole race through some adversity. And then also just everybody else in the league. I mean, we started off slow at the first few races, especially with Phoenix, but then since then the whole league has done really good job of having some good races and having few cautions. Which tonight I would have expected a little bit more, just because it's a tough track, right? So there's like one groove. To make passes, you gotta dive bomb it. You gotta drive door to door. So everyone's doing a hell of a job, even the new people. So it's kudos to everyone that that's a part of this, not just the admins.
Well, buddy, we originally started the evening with 39 other cup racers out on track. I believe about 3 or 4 of them may have missed it. I believe we started with 35. We ended with only 20 cars left on the lead lap. You definitely put down one hell of a blazing pace all evening long. Congratulations on getting this W, Brendan.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You got it. All right, guys and girls, that is going to be it for me. Next week, same bat time, same bat channel. We will be live from Atlanta Motor Speed, where we're going to go mini plate racing, if you will. You're not going to want to miss it. If you haven't, smash the subscribe on YouTube, hit the follow on Twitch, go on over to your favorite Roku device, whether it's a TV or Roku streaming deck, download the iRock channel, and of course on Facebook as well. Smash that follow button there as well, and we'll see y'all again very, very soon. Keep cool.